Hey, it's back. It's drive time. Heading into work now, and I just got back from seeing Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I was just gonna kind of give my thoughts on it. The main thing was I was trying my best not to let other people's opinion affect mine, but obviously it's kind of the point of following people you like on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. So, I mean, it kind of did. But the main thing I kept seeing was everybody was really, really down on the movie. And, I mean, I figured it was going to be the case. I didn't really like Man of Steel. It was too much like somebody screaming, "Hey guys, I just want to let you know, Jesus is Superman. Superman is Jesus." I just want to let you guys know that. But they said it for about 3 hours in a Superman movie. Best part of it, though, was the action. It was like it was the best Dragon Ball Z movie ever. But, I mean, you had a dude punt Superman into a fucking flying clothesline, and then he got, suplexed through a Denny's. Like, shit like that just makes you go, well, the movie has a point. Like, have fucking fun. So I was kind of like, if nothing else, the same guy that can put that up, can have Batman fight Superman, like, he's got to do he's got to do at least that, right? So that's why I was like, I gotta see the movie. And when everyone's down on it, they're saying it's a piece of shit and there's nothing good about it. When people are scoring it lower than like Catwoman or like Batman and Robin, and I was like, okay, I just had the feeling that like people were like, I don't want to like this movie, so I'm going to go in there trying to find something not to like about the movie. And lo and behold, this movie does give you a lot of reasons not to like it. It really does. But to say it's worse than any of those other movies is crazy. So yeah, I just didn't get into it. There's let's start with like the main story, and it's basically if you would watch Man of Steel, and then you would think, what would a Batman vs. Superman movie be about? You pretty much will know what they're going through with this movie. Kind of. Where they go off the rails is they want to add all this stuff in so that they can make a movie universe like Marvel. So, like, if you had it where it was just Batman doesn't trust Superman because, I mean, he shows up, like, the movie starts with Batman or Bruce Wayne showing up in Metropolis for some reason, trying to, like, do something while Superman is still fighting Zod. So it's taking place sort of in the middle of the last movie. And, like, he sees all the destruction that, like, Superman just fighting this guy is causing. And, like, rescues a little girl and stuff like that, but he's just doing it as Bruce Wayne and stuff. And he's like, right then and there, he kind of has like a hatred towards Superman and like mistrusts him. And then like the rest of the movie that we see is just him trying to find a way to get a hold of this giant chunk of kryptonite that Lex Luthor has bought, because they found that in the wreckage of a ship in the middle of the ocean. So he's basically just kind of doing a lot of James Bondy kind of stuff as Bruce Wayne. Like, hacking servers and stuff like that, like sneaking into places, and just doing a lot of cool stuff that you haven't seen from a Batman movie before. Like, instead of it just being Batman does all this stuff, like, actually Bruce Wayne is getting some stuff done. So, like, right there, that's already something that the movie is, like, it does really well, was actually make Bruce Wayne a character, and he's not just Batman. But where it starts to kind of falter is like he is like all consumed with all this hatred towards Superman, and it's warranted, granted, because everybody's thoughts on Superman at the end of Man of Steel is exactly what he has, and it's fucking like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? He's like he can do a lot of damage. Like, we can't like just blindly trust him. We can't just think of him as Jesus. Which takes up a good portion of the movie, is just people like going, like, should we think Superman's Jesus? And like seriously, it happens so much, it gets ridiculous. That's a bad part of the movie. But as he's as Batman's going through and doing all of this detective work, Clark Kent is also like at Lex Luthor's house because he has this big meeting going on, and he invites Clark Kent to be like the reporter, and he invites Bruce Wayne because he's a celebrity mogul, so whatever. But since Alfred is on in Bruce Wayne's earpiece, kind of giving him directions around Lex Luthor's house, Clark puts it together that he's Batman pretty quickly. But then, at this party, we also get our first glimpse of Wonder Woman. And she's, like, if you put a gun to my head and explained to me what she was doing in the movie other than being Wonder Woman, I couldn't tell you. Because she was at this party for some reason. She stole Batman's thing for some reason. Didn't get the stuff, like, because Batman plugs this thing into Lex Luthor's servers, goes away, comes back to get it, and Wonder Woman stole it. And she comes to like a thing, and Batman finds her, and he's like, "You stole my thing." She's like, "Yeah, but I gave it back. Stole it in your glove box in your car." So, like, she's just like there doing things, and then like I guess she never never gotten into the data off this thing she took from him. So like. And she never, we never get an explanation of what the fuck she's doing. She's just there, like, fucking with people. And then, like, it isn't until the very end where Bruce Wayne is just like, "Hey, I'm totally fighting Superman. You should totally do something. By the way, here's all the stuff I took off of that thing that I guess you didn't take off of the thing." And then, like, we see, like for, 5 minutes, we see little bits and pieces of, like, other Justice League members. Like, we see Wonder Woman in 1945 with like the SAS, and she's still in Wonder Woman gear. We see a guy with like this really weird like box that's like pulsing and doing shit, and it like puts it on like a guy who only has like a torso, so that's Cyborg. We see a person about to rob a convenience store, and like there's one guy in the back who like kind of shifts a little bit, and then like the guy who's trying to rob a convenience store just gets knocked out, so we know that's supposed to be the Flash. And then whenever these like little robots are going down to explore the wreckage of like an old ship, they see Aquaman poke out of it, and that's it. Like that's the main issue I have with this movie, is all of this is just in it. Like, they don't references, they don't talk about it, they don't like try to explore what is going on with that. It's just Batman and Superman are having a fight over here, Wonder Woman's doing some shit, also Justice League. If they would have like kind of either cut that out or just like diminished that, and we would have focused on like what's going on between Batman and Superman, like why exactly Batman is trying to like really kill Superman, like, because I get that Superman is kind of like a danger, but he's also saving the planet. Like, and they're not making any bones about it. He's literally like everywhere saving the planet. Like, there's floods in Katrina, Superman was there. There's like a house fire in Mexico, Superman was there. Like, there's just a point where he's like, he should, like, if Batman was just trying to make sure he could keep Superman in check, that's one thing. But no, when the fight finally comes of Batman versus Superman, Batman pretty much beats the shit out of Superman. Like, he has stolen the kryptonite from Lex Luthor. He's made smoke grenades. He made a fucking spear, and he sets up this whole like he does have his whole prep time thing. So like he's just like, pretty much think of the fight in Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. Pretty much has that fight, except instead of Green Arrow doing the kryptonite gas, Batman just has a grenade launcher that shoots kryptonite tear gas. And then like at the end, like just the whole fight gets brought about because Lex Luthor knows Superman is Clark Kent, and Lex Luthor knows Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Lex Luthor knows that he can get Batman to have this really contrived fight on this really specific day, and that he'll do all these very specific things. Just because Lex Luthor, I guess, speaks poetry, that means he knows the future. whatever. So like, just to make sure Superman will actually go fight Batman, he kidnaps Lois Lane, and he kidnaps Martha Kent, and he shoves Lois Lane off the building. Superman catches her, goes up like, gonna go beat the shit out of Lex, and Lex like, nope, got your mom. Go kill Batman, otherwise I'll kill your mom. So Superman goes, and he pretty much tells Lois like, I'm just gonna go try to get Batman to help me save my mom. So we're like, cool. He's gonna go there and try to talk it out, and for like there's gonna be some reason why Batman doesn't listen. Like there's gotta be a good reason. Not really. Superman shows up, like lands right in front of Batman, and it's like, hey man, I can't fight right now. There's some shit going down. And Batman's just basically going, la la la, can't hear you, fucking 68 machine guns, fire, bah, 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 and starts like fighting Superman. And every time Superman's like, listen, I can't fight you right now. Seriously, did you see me suplex the fucking giant plant destroying thing last time? There's nothing you can really do. And then he shoots like kryptonite at him, but whatever. And like, even when Batman straight up beat him and was gonna like stab him with a kryptonite spear, and then like the only thing that stops him is that fact that Superman and Batman's mom has the same name. So like, Superman's like, oh, you gotta go save Martha, and Batman's like, well, fuck did you say that? And then Lois Lane shows up, and it's like, that's totally his mom's name. And then Batman's like, oh cool, I swear forever loyalty to Superman now. And then that's like, okay, you just set up for like 3 days to fight this guy, and then you realize, oh, he has a mom, so I better not? Okay, cool, whatever. And that brings me to another thing. Batman kills people. And not like in a Man of Steel way where it's like, Superman was kind of reckless and let people die when he was fighting Zod in the city, where he kind of can't help it. Like that, in the way people say, well, Superman just let people die. Whatever, fair enough. Batman was killing people. Batman has like dual 50 cal machine guns that come out of the Batmobile and like straight up shoot bad guys' car until they explode. Or there's like the first thing the first thing we see is he takes his Batmobile and he rams a car and it flips over like 3 times. So I'm like, all right, maybe they died, maybe not. Like, I mean, people survive car crashes sometimes. No. Then he shoots a grappling hook from the Batmobile and drags the car behind it, and it's just doing flips. Like, he goes for like 2 miles, and this car is just flipping and flipping. Like, all right, those guys are fucking salsa. All right, and then like he shoots a car, and like it like loses the ability to steer, and it just drives straight into a tanker, and it blows the fuck up. There's one guy shooting him like 50 cal, and then out of the back, so Batman's like, all right, cool, and he pulls out his own 50 cal and just fucking murders that guy. It's fucking crazy. He goes into like you probably saw in the trailer where Batman's fighting all those guys. He does that scene. That scene was fucking awesome. Except Batman straight up kills people. Like, these people shooting guns, he'll like take that gun from them, shoot them in the dick, throw their gun away, like. And then, one guy like stabs Batman, he takes his knife out and stabs the person back. And then he finally is at like the final boss guy who has like a flamethrower to Mama Kent. And he's like, I'll fucking burn her if you don't put down the gun. And Batman's like, oh, I know you'll kill her. So he fucking shoots the guy. Like, Jesus! Like, wow! He's fucking wrecks people in this movie, like just murders the shit out of them. And I was like really taken aback. Like it wasn't even like he like wrapped somebody's foot like on a gargoyle and and they fall to their death, or like just lets people die. No, he shoots people. He blows them the fuck up. It's crazy. But other than that, it wasn't bad. people that were saying like that the action is shot poorly, no, not at all. It's some of the better like CGI action I've seen in a movie. Is they keep it like quick and they don't like linger on any like bad CGI like shots of anything. Like there's lots of really like Batman just evading Doomsday, who's in the movie, because whatever. Batman evading Doomsday was really good. Like he seemed nice and quick, and it's well shot. You understand what's happening, like how the fight's going down. That was all good. Like other than like just they're trying to put too much plot into the movie. They're trying at the same time not expanding on the main plot. The movie was pretty good. Like I know it's like saying, except for the entire movie's like, except for all the bad every part of the movie's good. But it kind of is. Like there's lots of like good things they do with all the characters. Like Superman just he's trying his best to be like, I'm just gonna save everybody I can. I'm gonna do the best I can, no matter what anybody thinks of me. But it still visually upsets him when people are against him. It still bums him out, and he seems so sympathetic. And Batman, like the fact that he was doing just as much as Batman as Bruce Wayne, like, was really good. The fact that he could he used his money, he used his celebrity, to his advantage, was good. Them setting up Wonder Woman throughout the movie as a person who exists is good, if given the fact I don't know what the fuck she was doing in the movie, other than the fact that she was the Wonder Woman. I mean, other than that, it's good. There's a lot of explaining to do when it comes to her, because like I know everybody knows who Wonder Woman is, but say you didn't, you wouldn't know what the fuck to make of her. She's a chick that wears really weird armor, has like Spartan sword and shield, and is as powerful and as fast as Superman and Doomsday, and apparently lives forever. Like, I know why her normal sword can cut through Doomsday, but normal people don't. Like I feel like that's even something that I'm only guessing on. Like, I'm guessing she just has, like Zeus's magic sword or something like that. So I don't know. And only Kryptonite could kill Doomsday. Like, he gets nuked, he gets stabbed by her magic Zeus sword or whatever, but it took like a Kryptonite spear to kill him. And then I don't know. Just so much stuff that like they should expand. They should have been able to expand upon, but they couldn't, just because they wanted to put emphasis on, I'd say, the wrong stuff. So that's kind of my review. It was good. It was getting to being good before they had to cut away to something that was unnecessary. Then they started getting back to it being good, and then they had to cut away. It was like a movie where they wanted, like, somebody had made a good movie, and then somebody, like, probably the studio came in and says, but we need to add all this other shit in because it's in the Avengers. That's kind of it. I'd definitely say it kind of needs to be seen in a theater, just because how big and grand the fucking action is. And, like, honestly, the way it's shot is some of my, like, it's my favorite way they've ever, like, shown Batman. Like, their entrance to Batman is, like, him literally lurking in a corner, and then someone just shooting a shotgun, and he fucking, like, slithers away like a goddamn snake. Like, he's just, he's really creepy, and no one gets, like, a good look at him. Like, that's the main, like, that was the best part. Like, it's just how well, like, the Batman, like, action and how he's shot is. Not necessarily his mentality or his way of thinking. So yeah, that's all. See you later.